Now, today I thought that I would take you on board Freedom and show you around. A few of you have asked about, kind of living standards and how I sort of do things on board. So I'm going to take you aboard and show you. Keep in mind that she is under refurbishment, so there are some things that are not quite finished, and there are some untidy areas, but this should hopefully give you an idea of what living aboard Freedom is like. So Freedom is a 27-foot Dawn-craft, and she's made of glass reinforced plastic. She's actually quite thick because she's one of the older boats from about 1995. So she's a good 25, 26 years old now. You can hear at the moment I'm running the generator. This is what I do for electricity. This is for charging things like laptops and, occasionally the boat batteries when I can't run the engine. And I can't run the engine right now because I've actually run out of petrol. So it's a little bit noisy, but obviously that's not running all the time. Now, getting in and out is a little bit difficult, so let's just jump aboard. And you can see here, this is the wheelhouse. Now, this is the untidy part because this is the part that's currently being painted and still renovated. This is the main wheel here with all of the various controls for the electrics. We've got the internet down here, and this controls our solar charge. I will talk about power at some other point. Jumping aboard, you can see that this is very, very untidy, but this whole canopy actually collapses, so you can have all of this open, especially in the summer. And eventually this will actually be a permanent canopy. I'm going to build this out with wood so that I have an extra space here. Down here we've got various things. The engine compartment is just in here. Freedom runs off an old Robbing Reliant engine, which is very unreliable. We have a battery compartment here, which is where all of our power is stored. Again, more on this at a later date, but that's how the boat is powered, from a variety of car batteries and leisure batteries. And then we've got the main cabin. So inside the main cabin, you'll see this is the area that is almost complete now. And this gives me probably about 12 square meters of living space. And most of it is sort of seating and bed area. So down here in the bow, we've got obviously pretty much it's a double bed, and this allows space for the dog to chill out most of the time, and it's also a nice area to sit. You can see that you get some great views out of the bedroom window here, obviously depending on where you go. I don't have a television aboard, so these things are very handy for clipping your phone on in order to watch Netflix. There's also a seating area here. Now, you won't see this today, but there is a table that actually fits here, so you can have a proper dining area here. The great thing about the layout of a Dawn-craft, and this is pretty much its original layout, is that there are storage boxes. So this is a storage box, and also here, okay, and underneath the bed, all of this is storage. Now, at the moment, obviously, it's full with wood and things for renovating the boat, but eventually I'll be able to move all of my possessions on, and I'll have plenty of space to store them. Now, this is the galley. The galley, or the kitchen, as you guys would call it. Plenty of space in here. You'll see that we're plenty stocked. There's also a space here. I don't use a fridge. Most of these boats do have a fridge. I have a cool box here for the warmer weather, but quite frankly, at the moment, you don't need to have a cool box, because anything you want to keep cool, you simply just throw in a bucket and dip it in the side of the canal. So you actually don't need any fridge at the moment. Now, I will cover sort of how I power the boat and that kind of thing in post tomorrow. But you can see down here, this tells me how much power I've actually got. So I am getting low on power right now. So I can constantly monitor that. But again, more on that tomorrow. And obviously on board, we don't have normal sockets. We run off cigarette sockets, cigarette lighter sockets, and also USB sockets. So it's slightly different because it is a 12-volt system. And that is pretty much a tour of Freedom. Now, the only one part which I'm not going to show you today is inside here, which is in fact the shower bathroom. And the reason for that is because that's still not quite finished. So more on that at a later date. But that is pretty much Freedom. And as you can see, she's small, but she works really well. and also keeps me nice and warm as well, and that is freedom.